Hey guys, Frank Fulci back again with yet another, wow, already can't speak, yet another unboxing, haul video, update video, collection update video, whatever you want to call it. So trying a little different angle here today so you don't get as much of the cool shelves in the background. You know, the angle I usually have it over here somewhere, the camera. But try something new today, me spot on. Let's move some of this stuff out of the way. We'll jump right into it. Happy Labor Day weekend to everybody out there. Usually I do my videos on Sundays, but I'm actually not going to be here. I'm going to be going upstate with my family to take care of some stuff on our property up there. So I figured I'd get this out of the way. First, let's do these little ones. These are actually not movies. They are music related. If you have watched any of my videos in the past, thank you for coming back, but you'll know I do show off some like CDs and stuff from time to time. Not necessarily horror movie related, but closely tied to the horror genre nonetheless, you know, horror rap, whatever you want to call it. This one is a new CD by hip-hop artist Illbill. He's the brother of Necro. He's a dope like street grime hip-hop artist. Not necessarily horrorcore. He has some darker, you know, imagery in his lyrics. Death rap is what Necro is. Illbill, just straight street shit. Just like Vinny Paz, Jedi Mind Tricks, that type of stuff. Actually, I think Vinny Paz, yeah, Vinny is on a track. Anyway, new EP from Bill called Pulp Fiction. Dope. And they threw in a Tough Kong Records, a little sticker here. Next, I think this one actually is a horrorcore album, mixtape from an artist I hit up directly. This is Death Squad God Mode Part 2, it looks like. I didn't even know there was a Part 1. Anyway, I think it's a mixtape. He did sign it, so that's cool. Some nudity, I can't really show that off. Anyway, dope. Yeah, Doom and Gloom Death Squad. This guy is also part of Hospital H, horrorcore. Anyway, now that's out of the way. I have one thing to show that is, again, not a movie, but it is related to what we're doing here, and that is a Funko Pop. I think in all the weeks that I've been doing this, I haven't showed off any horror Funko Pops that I have in my collection. Not sure if you guys are into it at all. This actually means I haven't gotten any new horror-related ones since I've started this channel. But I got one in, so I wanted to show you, and that is Hannibal Lecter. This is a new Hannibal. I have a couple of different Hannibal Lecters. There was the original one that Funko put out years ago, you know, Silence of the Lambs, where he's in a straitjacket on like the gurney. Then there was a Hannibal from the television show, which I have up on top of my shelf as well. And now this is a new Silence of the Lambs one. So this is dope to have. I got not necessarily a chase variant, but there is the bloody variant, so you can see the blood all over him. So yeah, that's cool. Glad to have that. Again, if you guys are into Funko Pops at all and other collectibles, let me know in the comments below. I have a ton of horror pops up there on the shelf. Obviously you can't see, I'm pointing at them, but maybe I could do an overview of that one day or show them off or whatever. Just trying to get different ideas for stuff to do on the channel. Anyway, let's jump into the actual horror movie stuff. Since most of you guys, I assume, are here for the movies, I just wanted to show off that other stuff real quick. Again, I know some of you guys are into similar things as far as music and collectibles and stuff, so it's always cool to be able to show off that stuff too to you guys. And if you don't want to see it, just let me know and I won't show that kind of stuff anymore. This man used the same box that I shipped stuff to him in. This is my buddy Andrew. We've done a few trades and stuff through, through Facebook and stuff. So I sold him a bunch of my stuff that I was getting rid of. He sold me a couple of his things. All good prices. I packed it up. He's also the one that sent me a few books a few weeks back for free in a nice care package. Anyway, now that I got this open, I can show you guys what's in here. First up is another one of these Scream Factory steel books, and that is Forbidden World. I almost missed out on this. He was getting rid of it. He put it up on one of the Facebook groups, and I messaged him right away, and I said, I need this. He said, oh, I thought you bought that already. I said, no, man. Definitely need that one for the collection. So, happy to have that. And then he was actually got his hands on 2 of these sets, so he was sold me one for a really good price. And this is one of the sets that a lot of people have been talking about recently. This is from Indicator. Powerhouse Indicator, I guess, is the name of, full name of the label. And this is the, I don't know what's supposed to be the front of this. The Bloody Terror box set, The Shocking Cinema of Norman J. Warren, 1976 to 1987. This Indicator is a UK company. You see the little 18 rating. That's how you can tell it's from the UK. But this has Satan, Slave, Prey, Terror, Inseminoid, and Bloody New Year. Excuse me, if a lot of those sound familiar, it's because Vinegar Syndrome here in the States put out, I think, 4 out of those 5. They didn't put out Inseminoid, excuse me, from what I understand. That just may mean that it's coming soon, or I don't know. I don't know who owns the rights in the States, but I do believe I own at least 3 of these, if not all 4 of the Vinegar Syndrome ones. Anyway, this is a nice set. I've heard great things about it. It is limited to 6,000. This is number 206 of 6,000. Has tons of special features. I think it has a couple of different cuts of some of the movies too, as well as a whole bunch of stuff that I can't read. Hopefully you guys can see that in focus. If you want to read them, you can stop it, pause the video and read some of that stuff. But there's a ton of stuff, including some booklets too. Let's see if I can at least flip through some of this. Oh, this should look like postcards and stuff, so I'm not going to necessarily open that. But there's a nice booklet here. Oh, this is a poster even. Oh god, if I unfold that, I won't be able to get it back. But here's a nice booklet. Oh, dope art. Just a bunch of essays and stuff. Horror Cinema of Norman J. Warren, written by Adrian Smith. So there's a new essay. Then it goes into each movie: Satan, Slave, Prey, Terror, Inseminoid, Bloody New Year. Then critical responses. So I guess it probably has like reviews and stuff. Short film essays and things like that. Bunch of awesome stuff in here. So I'm happy to have this set. I don't own anything from Indicator other than awesome like 5-disc set. Actually, let me pull it out. It's right here. The only other Indicator I have is this 5-disc. I think it's 5-disc. I don't know. I don't know how many discs. It's still sealed, but it's Night of the Demon, aka Curse of the Demon. So that's the only other Indicator I own, and now I have this one. So happy to have this, happy to jump into these, and it's funny because those movies that I do own by Vinegar Syndrome I haven't jumped into yet. So this is a perfect set for me. And if worse comes to worse, I'll see which one's a better version, and I might sell the other one. So awesome to have that. Thank you, Andrew. Next up, Ronin. So Ronin had a sale. They were having like a code red sale. If you buy 3, add 3 of those titles that had on sale to your cart, it was an automatic, I think it was 50% or some crazy cool, high percentage off. Yeah, I think it was 50%. I still ended up spending a lot of money. I didn't spend that much. This was the total. Yeah, so it was 50% off. The total would have been 100, and it was like less than 50 for all 3 of these. Anyway, first up is Brotherhood of Death. This is code red number 29. I don't know much about this. This looks like some cult, blaxploitation type of thing. Vietnam was a picnic compared to the war they were about to fight. They were the Brotherhood of Death. See them revenge a brother's murder. See them revenge a sister's rape. So it looks like a rape, revenge, cult, blaxploitation. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on here. I'm actually excited to check this out. This is one. A lot of the code red stuff I haven't seen, so these were just 3 random titles that I kind of like the name and the cover of, so I just threw them in there. Next up is Force 5. This is another one that looks like some kung fu exploitation type of thing. From the director and producer of the greatest martial arts film of all time, Enter the Dragon, comes Force 5. A martial arts expert leads his team of fellow martial artists to rescue a senator's daughter from an island ruled by the evil leader of a religious cult in this action-packed film starring some of the greatest martial arts stars ever assembled. Joe Louis, Benny the Jet Urquidez, Richard Norton, and Sonny Barnes take on Master Bong Soo-han in a fight to the death. Now see this martial arts classic in glorious widescreen from a brand new HD master. Sounds freaking amazing. Again, it's cults mixed with like kung fu. Awesome. This is from Scorpion, so it wasn't even just a code red, but that's Scorpion. And this is Weekend Murders. This is the third one that I picked up in the sale. At least they know the butler didn't do it. He was the first body they found. It's probably like a whodunit slasher type of thing by the looks of it. This is code red number 9. Oh wow, this is one of the earlier code reds. So nice to have that. So Code Red collection and Scorpion collection are still growing, guys. So nice to see. And Ronin they do have those sales from time to time, so it's cool to pick up stuff when it's cheaper. This one is something I bought from eBay. This is a movie that some people hate, some people love. I tend to be on the love side. I thought I was going to hate it when I first watched it. Just from other stuff that I heard from people. I think one of my coworkers said she hated it. Anyway, this is It Comes at Night. This movie is freaking amazing. I watched this with my boy and his girlfriend, I think a little bit after it came out. Like I didn't see it in theaters. We saw it at his house one day. I think we must have rented it. It wasn't even out on Blu-ray yet. And it's awesome. It's not like a lot of horror movies where they just stuff is in your face. It kind of like leaves stuff to your imagination, which I think a lot of people don't like. I think people like to have things spelled out for them, which for the most part usually I do too. I don't like to do a lot of thinking. I like to watch movies to be entertained and to just kind of turn my brain off. So to have to focus and really think, use my imagination, a lot of times it's not really the experience I'm going for. But this one worked out well. It Comes at Night. It never shows you what it is. It, not to spoil things, but there, it leaves a lot to the imagination, and you can kind of come up with your own, what do you think happens? What's the ending for you? So I loved it. I was actually looking to pick this up on 4K, but I don't think it was ever released on 4K disc, which is sad, but I got this for less than, I think it was like $8 or something on eBay, still sealed, so very happy to finally have that in my collection. Let me do this. Should have did this in the beginning. This is an Amazon package. Should have did this from the start, because then I have one more package after this. But this is a book, so again, taking a break from the movies. This is The Troupe by Nick Cutter. This kind of looks beat up. I got this from Amazon, and it's supposed to be new, but it's a little beat up. Anyway, Nick Cutter novel called The Troupe. Andrew, again, who sent me that package before, highly recommended this one. I had just read another book by Nick Cutter, which Andrew had sent me, called The Deep. And for the first, 70% of it, I really enjoyed it. Towards the end, it kind of fell apart a little bit, but he said that this book is way better. So this is The Troupe. Again, Nick Cutter is the author, so I'm excited to check this out. I've been doing a lot of reading, in case you guys are just new to my channel. In my last few videos, you'll see I've, been hauling a lot of books. So I am in the middle of a couple of them right now. So yeah, I'm excited to jump into that soon. And last but not least for this haul, guys, this is Vinegar Syndrome package. I know I mentioned them before because I was talking about the releases that they put out that are similar to that indicator box. But this is the newest package from them. So I guess technically the August package, not the September. Yeah, we're not in September yet. So this is the August package. Again, I used to just straight up, as soon as they put their package on pre-order, I used to go for it right away. With this, I waited a little bit. I made sure I had some extra money in my PayPal from selling stuff, because I wasn't too excited about some of the titles in here, but in the end, I ended up biting the bullet once I made some extra money and I bought the package. And I'll show you why in a second for sure, but there's a few goodies in here. First, I'll show you the X-rated one. They've been doing more and more of these. I know Vinegar Syndrome is known for these anyway, but it seems like they've been doing more and more of them, especially throwing them in their packages, but maybe I don't know, maybe I'm just paying attention to them now. Anyway, the first one is 9 Lives of a Wet, okay, I can't say the last word, but here's an X-rated one, adults only. Cool slipcover and everything. I mean, they do put good care in their, even their adult titles, so I can't give them crap for that. Vinegar Syndrome does great work. They always take care of their movies, always present them in the best quality possible, always have great quality slips. So that's number 1 of the package. Number 2 is some silly puppet movie that I never even knew existed, Let My Puppets Come. I don't know if this is another... it doesn't look like horror at all. It just looks like some goofy sexploitation. Basically a puppet porno is what I'm getting the idea of here, but I don't know. Ned, Fred, Red, and Gramps of the Creative Concept Systems and Procedures Brothers Unlimited Inc. are in big trouble. CCSP. They get their get-rich-quick scheme, Big League Bocce, has become a financial disaster, and their only options now are to pay back their debts or get out of town fast. Overhearing their plight, their barely literate delivery boy, Jimmy, makes a novel suggestion: produce a skin flick. With no other way to recoup their losses, they decide to give it a shot, hiring the only smut peddler they know, Lash, who operates a fetish store along with Autor Geppetto, to add some class to the proceedings. But with their creditors closing in, can the boys get their sleeves in the can before it's too late? So, puppets make a porno. Pretty interesting. It's probably cheesy as hell, but it's probably a lot of fun. So, excited for that one. Next up is Decoder, a film by Mushcha, featuring music by Soft Cell. I don't know anything about this one. Let's see. FM has discovered something incredible in the monotonous Muzak, M-U-Z-A-K, Muzak, played through the fast food restaurant H-Burger speaker system. The tracks are laced with subliminal messages designed to ensure complacency and consumerism. Interesting. Experimenting with his discovery, FM soon realizes that by changing the type of music played, he can manifest a whole range of emotional responses and stir up the populace from their consumer subordination. But as the diners are emotionally awakened, they become more and more prone to rioting and general social unrest, which puts FM in an increasingly dangerous position, especially when the sinister and mysterious organization behind the plot to keep the public complacent takes an interest in finding and stopping him. Alright, underground hit from Germany's punk and new wave infused youth culture of the 80s, director Mushcha's Decoder blends arresting visuals, urban industrial aesthetics, science fiction, and moments of shocking violence, along with side-searing commentary on late 20th century consumerist culture. Sounds pretty interesting, actually. A sci-fi social commentary type of thing with some dope music, apparently. So, excited to check that out, and none of those excite me more than this. Hell Comes to Frogtown with this dope, what do they call this? Split case. Not a slip case, but a split case. Splits from the top. And then, in theory, comes out. Maybe? How do I open this? Oh, so this is part of the case. This is one piece. And then the movie just slips out the top, so it's top loaded. I thought this whole thing was a separate slipcover under the box, but it's not. Anyway, dummy. Hell Comes to Frogtown, starring the amazing, the late great R.I.P. Rowdy Roddy Piper. This is a movie that Arrow put out years and years ago, and it was one of the Arrow releases that I didn't get my hands on. I could, at any minute. I don't think there was a limited edition. There was just a standard edition that I could have bought. And it was just one I never pulled the trigger on for whatever reason. One I always wanted to see and never bought. So when Vinegar Syndrome announced this, I was so excited that, again, I didn't put the pre-order in right away, but I knew I was gonna just because of this film alone. Especially with the way they did this edition. It's freaking amazing, but the care they put into this. So, I heard this movie is not the best. I heard it's cheesy fun. You know, there's frogs. I'm assuming some like weird killer frogs in here and stuff. But because of Roddy in here, I had to see it, and I'm excited about having this edition. So Vinegar Syndrome looks like they knocked it out the park again. Before I even watch it, I can tell. So that's it, guys. Just double check I didn't leave anything out. Yeah, that's it this week. Some awesome stuff. Some awesome Vinegar Syndrome, a nice new book, this great indicator set, a new steel book, a little bit of everything. Code Red, Scorpion, a nice Funko. And some CDs. So it looks like I covered all types of media today. Let me know if you like this new angle here. I know the background's not the best thing to look at. I'm working with what I got. So yeah, guys, hit me up in the comments below. If this is the first time you stopped by, thank you for your time, first of all. But if you like what you see and you want to check out some of my other videos, hit the subscribe button. You can keep an eye on things that are, you know, as I release new stuff, you'll get the notification. So yeah. Hopefully you guys liked it. Give me some comments. Tell me what's your favorite out of all this stuff. Have you read the book? What do you think of Vinegar Syndrome's new releases, etc., etc.? I look forward to hearing from you guys, and thanks again. Till next week or next time, peace, be good.